They thought the nightmare had ended. They thought the truth had been buried forever. But at St. Basil's Medical Center, the real horror was just beginning. When Victoria narrowly escaped with her life in part 1, she believed she had exposed enough evil for one lifetime. But evil never sleeps. It hides, it waits, and when you think you've moved on, it comes knocking again, this time wearing a different face. Lagos was moving on. People were laughing again. The streets buzzing with yellow buses and street hawkers selling gala and lacasera. But Victoria, she was restless. Every time she tried to sleep, she saw the cold, lifeless eyes of the patients she couldn't save. And deep in her gut, she knew St. Basil's Medical Center was still in business. One rainy night, her phone rang. A blocked number, a trembling voice on the other end whispered, "They are still taking people. Please help me." The voice belonged to Chike, a young man who had been discharged from St. Basil 2 weeks ago after successful treatment for a minor fracture. But now he was weak, pale, and had fresh stitches running down his side. Victoria's heart pounded. Organ harvesting. They had taken something from him. She knew this was the proof she needed, but how could she get it? The hospital already had her face on their blacklist. She couldn't just walk in anymore unless she became someone else. Victoria reached out to her old friend, Kemi, a professional makeup artist who specialized in special effects for Nollywood, with prosthetics, contour shading, and a pair of thick framed glasses. Victoria's face was transformed. Her hair, once long and dark, was chopped into a short curly style, dyed deep copper brown. Her usual confident voice was replaced with a softer Igbo accented tone. Her new identity, Adaura Nwafo, a freelance journalist and volunteer nurse from Enugu, working on a humanitarian project. Even her documents looked real, courtesy of a contact in the underground press. On a humid Tuesday morning, Victoria, now Adora, walked through the glass door of St. Basil's Medical Center. The reception smelled faintly of disinfectant, but underneath it, there was something else. A faint metallic scent, like blood that had been hastily cleaned. The receptionist, a middle-aged woman with tired eyes, smiled faintly. The receptionist said, "Welcome to St. Basil. You are the new volunteer from Enugu, right?" Victoria, now a Daisy. "Yes, ma. I hope to learn and also help wherever I am needed." No one recognized her. The masked walked, and she walked in. Victoria deliberately asked to be assigned to night shift. Fewer staff, left overnight, less oversight, and more secrets to overhear. It was during one of these shifts that she met Nurse Amaka, tall, sharp-eyed, and too quiet for her own good. Something about her movement screamed, "I know more than I am saying." On the second night, Victoria found Amaka alone in the storage room, staring at a clipboard. When she walked in, Amaka quickly shoved it under a pile of linen. Victoria asked, "What is that?" Amaka nervously replied, "Nothing, just stock records." But Victoria caught a glimpse of the paper. It wasn't stock record, it was a list with names, dates, and organ types. It took 2 weeks for Amaka to trust her. But one night, after a patient mysteriously died on the operating table, Amaka pulled Victoria aside. Amaka said, "They are taking kidneys, corneas, sometimes hearts. The patients don't even know until they wake up, if they wake up. The doctors, they are not all doctors. Some are outsiders brought in at night. I've seen them wheel bodies out through the service exit." Victoria's stomach churned. This was worse than she thought. One evening, as she was mopping the hallway, Victoria heard faint banging from a disgust ward. She followed the sound and found Chike. He was pale, shivering, and barely able to stand. Chike said, "They took my kidney. I only came here for a broken leg, but I woke up in pain here." Through these broken sentences, Victoria learned something terrifying. The hospital kept certain surplus patients alive for days or weeks, waiting for matching recipients to pay top dollar for their organs. If you are listening right now, and if your chest feels heavy with a weight of this truth, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss another whisper from the dark corners of our world. This is Whispers of Uche, where every whisper is a window to the unseen. Let's keep going, the worst is yet to come. While embedded in the hospital, Victoria overheard a separate, more chilling conversation between two men in the basement. They weren't talking about organs, they were talking about babies. Apparently, a secret maternity wing, never registered on official hospital maps, was used to keep women against their will. Some were impregnated through IVF without their consent. They kept them until they delivered. The newborns were sold, some for adoption, others for ritual purposes. Victoria realized she wasn't just dealing with organ traffickers. She was standing in the middle of a multi-layered criminal empire. Amaka, the nurse who had been her inside source, suddenly did not show up for her night shift. When Victoria asked, the head nurse shrugged and said she resigned, no forwarding address. But Victoria knew better. 2 nights earlier, Amaka had whispered, "I think they know I have been talking to you." And now she was gone. Victoria helped Chike escape by faking a patient transfer. Once outside, he went public with his story, showing the scar and medical reports. His testimony caused a storm on social media. Hashtag St. Basil's Secret trended for 3 days. But that was only the beginning. With mounting pressure, police raided the hospital. In a hidden basement, they found surgical equipment stained with dry blood, rows of refrigerated containers, and a locked maternity ward with 3 terrifying women inside. Dozens were arrested, but the hospital board claimed ignorance, blaming rogue staff. Yet, Victoria knew the rot went all the way to the top. The whispers had been exposed, but in Lagos, for every dark door you open, there are 10 more still locked. Here are the real life lessons woven into the part 2 of this story. Lesson number 1: never ignore small medical red flags. If a minor treatment turns into multiple unexplained procedures, ask questions. Your body is yours. Protect it. Lesson number 2: not all institutions are what they seem. A shiny building and a friendly staff doesn't guarantee safety. Evil often wears a clean white coat. Lesson number 3: whistleblowing can save life, but it comes with a risk. Like Amaka, those who speak out are often targeted. Support them. Don't let their courage be in vain. Lesson number 4: organ trafficking is real and it thrives in secrecy. Be vigilant in communities. Share verified stories so people are aware of the signs. And the final lesson: evil rarely walks alone. St. Basil wasn't just an organ harvesting hub, it was connected to human trafficking. Always consider that one crime may hide another. If this story shook you, if it made you look at hospitals, strangers, and whispers in the night differently, then share it. Let others know the darkness that hides in plain sight. This is Whispers of OJ, where every whisper is a window to the unseen. Until the next whisper, stay awake and stay listening.